Well, I am engaging in another one of my statewide tours that I have done for the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 years that I've been in the legislature. I've had some unique offices that I've been honored to hold, first as Majority Leader of the Missouri House, and now I've been Speaker for about a year and a half. And I believe that those roles truly are statewide roles because I don't represent not only my district, I have to be cognizant of all of the districts across the entire state. So periodically, over the last 4 or 5 years, I have engaged in various different tours around the state. I've done a few where I've done an entire week, where I've gone across great swaths of the entire state of Missouri, which is, it's a large state, takes a lot to get across it. I've done 2 complete speakers tours already. We called them Speakers Tour 1.0 and 2.0, which 2.0 was earlier this summer in late May, where I toured across most of the bottom half of the state. This is a mini tour today. I'm trying to see as much of Northeast Missouri again as I can. I've been up here many times. I have family over in Palmyra. They're dairy farmers, my aunt and uncle. And so I'm very familiar with the region. I have a lot of good friends and colleagues and supporters up here. So I decided to come into the representatives, into the districts that I serve. Here today is Representative Craig Redmond. Earlier this morning, I saw Representative Nate Walker. I started off my day over in Moberly. And I go into the communities because I want to hear what the people are saying, what the taxpayers of Missouri have on their minds. We just completed a very momentous historic veto session where we overrode the governor 10 times, shattering all previous records on some very important pieces of legislation that were very important to Representative Walker, Representative Redmond, who voted with me on nearly every bill. And so I believe it's important for a statewide leader like the Speaker, like the Senate President Pro Tem, like the Majority Leader, to go into the districts of the people that we are supposed to represent during the session and find out what are the issues and priorities important to all Missourians.
Did you guys override House Bill 253?
We did not. That was one of the few we did not. We brought up 13, 14 bills in the House, and I think, 10 of them we did override. House Bill 253 was a challenging bill from the beginning. There was a lot of different diverse interests on that. Governor Nixon campaigned very hard against that bill all summer long. He hasn't done much of anything else this summer, but campaigned against that bill. He flew around the state in his taxpayer-funded airplane. I'm driving around Northeast Missouri today in a 1998 Cadillac, so that a friend of mine is helping me out with today. So I think that shows the difference in our styles. I believe in getting one-on-one with the people, going right to them, hearing first and foremost from them what's important to them. I believe in proactively advancing Missouri's agenda. Unlike the governor, who has campaigned against things all summer long and now into the fall, I'm talking about what we need to do to move Missouri forward. And I think that's having a discussion on tax policy. We haven't had tax reform in this state for nearly 100 years. That bill was the first bill filed in nearly 100 years that would drastically, in a positive way, reform our tax system. I'm more than happy to continue that discussion with the representatives who voted for it, with the representatives who voted against it, and with the governor, if he wants to talk to me next year, to help move Missouri forward towards prosperity.
Are you announcing anything here today?
I am not today. I think it's way too early for anybody to making any announcements about anything that may happen 3.5 years down the road. I'm focused right now on being the best speaker I can be. And what that means is serving my caucus to the best of my ability to move Missouri forward in the areas of tax policy, litigation reform, regulation reform, making sure we have the best education system possible for our children who need to be the skilled workforce of tomorrow. I believe that if I do that hard work and if I'm accountable to my caucus and to the people of the state of Missouri, that they will come to me and ask me to continue my public service. I've always been a ground up type of representative. I've always responded to the people. It's never been about me. It's never been about making big announcements for me. It's about serving my caucus, moving the state forward, and I think the rest will then fall into line. I've been very blessed and humbled to be in a leadership role. I will continue to work with the Senate leadership of Tom Dempsey and Ron Richard to move Missouri forward. And again, if my credentials as being a former prosecuting attorney, as a current Speaker of the House, as someone who's traveled and through every corner of Missouri and been to nearly 50 counties at this point, if the people want me to continue that public service, I'll be happy to have that discussion when the time's right.